Hey you guys, today I wanted to share with you some important tips for you to have if you're pondering about moving to a whole new country. For those of you who doesn't know, I moved from Stockholm, Sweden to Ubud, Bali, where I'm right now. So I wanted to share with you some experiences and some tips about moving to a whole new country, and so perhaps I can make your journey a little bit smoother, a little bit more easier. And if I leave any important tips out, please comment below. I might just do so, who knows. I just jotted down a couple that came to me this morning. So let's get started. Tip number one. Look into visas, which one is going to work for you, and which one is going to work for whatever it is you're planning on doing. I got one for 60 days that I paid for and applied for and got approved in Sweden, so I could just go here and everything was done. And it's going to be pretty easy for me to just extend it here. So you want to look into that. You also want to look into your passport, how much time you still have left on your passport. Most countries have you have to have 6 months at least to be able to even come into the country. I had a year left on mine, but I still chose to get a new one because I don't want that to be an issue in me staying here. So now I have 5 years, I don't have to worry about it. So that's pretty cool. And you want to look into your insurance. With my insurance, I get 60 days included in my insurance, so kind of for free. And then after that, I'm going to extend it. I can either pay for 6 months and have it for travel insurance for 6 months, or I can choose to pay for a whole year. It's about the same kind of money, so it's just a choice if I'm going to do it for 6 months or a whole year. And it is a little bit of money, but I know it's worth it. I've heard about people who didn't have insurance and ended up paying a lot of money in the hospital. So I'm just kind of doing it to have a peace of mind, and I know it's going to be worth it in the end. And another thing you want to look into, maybe if you're going to be driving a lot, is to get an international driver license. I got one, and it's valid for 3 years, and it's valid in a whole bunch of different countries. I still haven't used it because I still pay people to take me on their Vespas and cars, but I might get over myself and start driving myself. It's kind of a hassle to just be dependent on other people. So that's one thing you might want to look into too. And another thing is to look for communities. You can do this before you go even. I found a Facebook group that was called Swedish People in Bali, where you can just search for questions you might have and look at that, or you can add your own. And people were really willing to contribute, and it can be small things you're pondering, like, will my cell phone charger work here? Do I need a converter? What do you do about this? What do you do about that? And people are so willing to answer. So that might help you in your journey. And another thing that was really good for me was to connect with someone that actually already lived here. So I had some amazing friends back in Sweden that connected me with a Swedish guy, and I actually ended up renting his villa here now for 2 months that he is staying in normally. And it was good to just be able to meet him and ask him questions about what he had done with certain things, and just have someone here when I got here. And I didn't have access to this villa for a couple of days, so first I rented a really nice villa on Airbnb, which is a really good site if you're gonna live just for a couple of days. So I had a place where they immediately took care of me, and they drove me places, and they invited me to their restaurant and stuff like that. So that made it easier for me to just start my journey here in my life in Bali. Yeah, and another thing you can look into is your phone plan. Like right now I'm just paying a couple of dollars a month on my Swedish phone just to keep the number, and I can choose to change that if I want. For now, I kind of want that number if I move back, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm still using my phone a lot just for the internet on it. and so you might want to get a local number here so you can call people. I haven't actually got that still, but I will. Right now I just use WhatsApp a lot. You can chat with people there and even call. And you know, you can call with Facebook, you can do video call, normal calls, and you of course have Skype, which I talk with my mom on, and you can chat on Skype too, which is really good. And you can also look into different subscriptions, like I'm on a subscription with Skype where I can call cell phone and normal phones for just a small amount every month. Yeah, those are a couple of apps that are good to have. And another app that might be fun for you is Tinder. Like back in Sweden, it is mostly for dating and having getting a relationship. But here, a lot of people are on Tinder just to find travel buddies and new people to hang out with. Because there's so many people that move here by themselves to work or whatever it might be. So a lot of people are in the same situation as you. So that's a good way to get out and meet new people, just have a drink or travel or whatever you want to do. So that might be worth looking into. And what else? Yeah, just have fun and trust you, and yeah, please ask me if you have any questions. Maybe I can help you assist you with something. And hopefully this video have been a contribution to you, and maybe you have a friend you want to share it with if they're thinking about moving to a new country. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and talk to you soon.